Welcome to the Books and Martinis podcast.
I'm Priya.
And I'm Mercy.
And this is your go-to book podcast,
where we lift, empower, and spotlight authors.
Grab your martini and follow along.
And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe.
Welcome to our podcast. I'm Priya.
And I'm Mercy. Welcome, everybody, and welcome, AC. AC Wonderland is here with us today.
Cheers,
welcome.
AC.
Yeah. Where's that Diet Pepsi or Diet Coke?
Diet Coke, yes.
Yes. Anything to keep us awake. So, You guys, we are so excited to have AC Wonderland. She's in your ears, on the screen. And today we're talking about her series.
Yeah.
Her first book, One Shot. Second book, Summer Shot. Hockey romance books, and we're so excited to feature you today. Thank you for being our guest, AC.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and thank you for the beautiful book mailbox you sent.
Oh my God.
That was like 10 out of 10. It was just absolutely beautiful. We had so many great goodies
and all these
so
stickers.
Much cute stuff.
For lack of a better term, I'm a sticker whore. I create stickers so much. Like they're so fun to create.
I love it, and I love the little pouch.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, that was so cute.
I was so hooked.
You gotta share your secrets. You know, like where'd you get this merch? Like where'd you?
Oh my God, this is too cute.
It was so
too
good.
Cute. So
and it made us so excited when we got the books. We're like, oh my God, this is like the best book merch, book mail.
Yeah,
we've ever
even
done.
the tissue paper was extra. I loved it. So a lot of our listeners, as we were talking about before, are aspiring authors.
Mm-hmm.
They're writers, and they're avid readers. So your books are just amazing. The artwork, the vibe, the colors, everything about it is just so soothing and cute and funsy and entertaining, and we love it. And I wanted to ask you, what inspired you to start these wonderful stories?
Yeah. Thank you so much for all the I always get compliments on the cover, and I'm like, I wish I could say I designed it, but I have a wonderful creative that I work with. Her name is Tina. I want to give her a shout out because she somehow always pulls what's in my brain and puts it on paper, and I am just blown away by how talented she
Tina
is.
is on point.
Tina, you're doing a good job, girl. Really good.
Sorry, I got a little off tangent, but yeah, so I was kind of looking for something new. I have a day job in marketing and advertising, and I was just not feeling very fulfilled. And I had a few ideas for different books, and I started writing, and I kind of outlined three different things, and One Shot is really what took over. I outlined it and wrote the first three chapters within a day. And it just kind of came pouring out of me. Spoiler alert, I've never read hockey romance before writing hockey romance.
No kidding.
Have you played it? Do you know anybody who plays it?
I wish I played it. People ask me that. I wish I did. I just genuinely love. I grew up in Chicago, and I just grew up around my eighth grade boyfriend. I love shouting him out because it cracks me up. He played hockey and really got me into it. And then Chicago, at the time was really good. So it was just so fun to get behind. And I love a contact sport. I like football and hockey are my main two, but hockey is just the atmosphere of games is unlike anything else I've experienced. So I just generally love hockey. And I kind of was thinking about, I want to wrap some serious topics and conversations in a book, mix into a love story, but also throw in hockey because I genuinely love it. So I started thinking about if I could do college over and I could have an experience where hockey was more at the forefront of it, what would I want it to be like? And that's kind of how I got the idea for it. So kind of writing what I wish I got to experience in college hockey world.
I love
Oh, that's
that. I
wonderful.
love that. And how long did it take you with One Shot, right? How long from the
Yeah.
minute that you started and you did those 3 lines to fully completing it? What was that like?
Yeah, it took to like fully complete it probably about 5 or 6 months. But I started writing it in July of last year, and I finished my first draft of September of that year. So I wrote it
Wow,
pretty
that's
quickly.
quick.
That
Yeah,
was quick.
so my first draft of One Shot like was it's a little over a year ago. So I somehow have two books out now, which is crazy. I also just finished a first draft of a separate book that's has nothing to do with hockey. So I'm kind of writing really quickly, and it just was something that I don't really know how to explain it. It's like it just clicks, and I just get so passionate about it that it kind of comes pouring out of me. And that's how I knew, especially with one shot, it's like that's how I knew it was a story I had to share more broadly because I just started writing for myself. I've kind of always been a writer, whether it's like poems or songs or longer works of or longer, I don't even know what I'm saying, longer paragraphs and longer stories. And I've always been a storyteller too. I have a little sister that I shared a room with growing up. So I would make up stories. My favorite, like I distinctly remember telling her, like, oh yeah, like I'm friends with Harry Potter. So like if you hear something in the middle of the night, it's probably just me coming back from a broom ride. And I would like make
Oh
up
my
these like
God,
That's
how
so
elaborate
cute.
cute.
stories. Yeah. So it's something I've always loved doing. And I am so beyond happy and blessed that it's something that I get to do now as part of my career and share with other people. As you can tell by my bookshelves,
Love
I'm a
it.
huge reader. I love romance
Yes.
books. So it was really, it was like the perfect storm to combine romance and hockey in one with writing because it's all things that I love and am passionate about. So to be able to combine the three of them was just perfect for me.
Oh, I
Oh,
love
that's, oh
that.
my gosh, that's,
So
I love it.
you mentioned so you are your career is in marketing and we talked about your book mail. How did you come up with this whole marketing package? Because it's genius. Even the sweatshirt, you got the wyverns. Am I saying it
Yeah.
right? Wyverns?
Yes, Wyverns. Yes,
You have
exactly.
wyverns on your shirt. That's the hockey team featured in your books.
Mm.
And I was just like, oh my God, this girl is so on point. She knows what she's doing. Like, what was the thinking behind the whole marketing plan?
Well,
Yeah. Well,
Oh, oh,
before you
okay.
go to marketing, where did the logo, the
yeah.
team logo and the team name come from? And then tell us how you market
Yes.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love fantasy books. This blue book right here is my favorite book of all time, A Court of Mist and Fury, by
Yes.
Okay.
SJM, as you probably have ever, I mean, if you don't love ACOTAR, I'm like, do you really know what good romance books are and fantasy books? Like we can get
Well,
into
it's
that
so
later.
funny when I saw wyverns, I was like, wait, I've heard of wyverns before.
Yeah, they're in a fourth wing and stuff. So
Yeah.
I wanted to tie to fantasy because eventually I will write romantasy and I have so many ideas and there's a trilogy I really want to write um for like a romantasy specifically. But I wanted to have some tie to it because I knew romance was going to be easier to dive into first. Also, you know, I haven't prior to writing these books, I had not written a full body of work. So I'm new to being an author and finding my voice and learning. And I'm honestly like I'm so terrible at spelling and grammar. Think like I'm very, very thankful for my editor because I'm so bad at that. But I knew it would be easier to start on the romance side. But I wanted to have an Easter egg to fantasy and romantasy because that's something I wanted to do. So
Ah,
that's where Wyverns came from.
smart.
Also, West Michigan Wyverns kind of just had like a nice flow to it.
It
I like how it
does.
sounded.
It
Yeah.
flowed.
Yeah. In terms of marketing, so I work more on like the digital advertising side. So that's been really helpful for me when I want to do any type of digital ads from a paid perspective because I have that background. I work a lot with like big retail brands, so very, very different than doing stuff from a book perspective. But to be honest, I think about like as a reader what I would want, and that's kind of how I've gone about it. It's like I get really involved in books. I get really excited about the world even if it is like rooted in the real world, it's still, you know, a separate world from what we live in.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
I have kind of really thought more about that and from a swag perspective, what would I want to like receive? I like love
Stickers.
I love yes, I love stickers. I also like to make sure like the ties to the book well, but also sometimes like with stickers, I love to have like general romance or hockey, the general hockey stickers too. That's not like just specific to the book because I want it to be something that you can use and love and like be excited to see that to have a little bit of a mix of stuff. So when it comes to like marketing packages, I really just think about like if I were getting this from someone else, like what would I want? What do I
Hmm.
not only find useful, but like what would I be excited to get?
Yeah. So
Awesome.
even
That's
like
smart.
having like
Yeah.
these are
Yes.
who's am I saying?
Cozies.
Cozies.
Cozy.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
like that's genius. You go to a hockey game, you want to bring like a beer or
Yeah.
something
And the
cold, like a
keychain.
soda, and put it in here. That was genius.
Well, thank you. I
It's
appreciate it.
excellent.
Yeah, I love I go to a lot of concerts. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. Even though I'm from Chicago, I've lived here for about 5 years. And so I'm consistently buying and using koozies. So it's like, that's something that's useful and fun, but like different. Like you don't wouldn't really think about having that for a book.
Right.
So
Hmm.
yeah,
I
I'm
love
glad you like
that.
it. Those are
I
newer with
love
the new
it.
book. So
Oh, I love it. It's so, so cute. And so tell us, to those that are listening
mhm.
or watching us, uh, that are writers or they are authors, aspiring authors in that realm, what advice, now that you've actually published two books, started your third one, right?
Mhm.
What advice would you give them? What have
My
you learned in your journey?
Yeah, the biggest advice I could give is not to give up. It is a lot. I used to know the stats offhand, but I'm not 100% sure of them now. But I think it's something like out of people who start writing books, only 3% finish writing that book. And out of
Really?
that 3%, less than 1% actually publish
That's
books. So
interesting.
it is really a small percentage and it is really rare. But if it's something you're excited and passionate about, don't give up. Like there will
Mhm.
be moments where like today I was writing and I was like, I don't really want to write this. So I pivoted and started writing something else. Like give yourself that
Just
grace and find
keep
those
working.
moments. You can set your mind to, like, just don't give up on it. I almost gave up so many times, but it is so worth it to one, physically like hold your own book, but also the feedback from other people is phenomenal. That's not something I really thought a lot about. There's some trauma and more dark kind of topics within one shot, like more mental health rep included in it, and something that I want to continue to try to include in books. And the amount of people that have reached out to me to talk about it, like I didn't ever expect that. So I'm glad that I could have that positive impact on people. Like when I started writing, it's like, I want to have a positive impact on people, but I want to also have a positive impact on myself. So like, why can't I be that one person
Mhm.
Hmm.
that I have that impact on? So like,
Y-
you can't, it's okay to do it for yourself. It doesn't have to be for other people, but don't give
Right.
up if it's something that you're really passionate
I
about.
love, yeah.
And make other author friends. That's really how I've gotten through some difficult times or when there's situations I'm not sure how to approach or when I'm feeling like imposter syndrome or have, just want to bounce ideas off each other. That community is phenomenal. I have like a bunch of different people I talk to on Instagram actually, that I've met virtually, a few in real life too. But having that community has been so incredibly helpful, and everyone's just so willing to help each other because we all just genuinely want to share and read books.
I love
Yeah.
that. I love
Yeah.
that. And it's the statistics are insane
Hmm.
when you look at the amount of books that are out there,
I know.
right? Like
Yeah.
there's
Hmm.
so many books you want to read and there's just never enough time.
Enough
Priya and I
time.
talk about it all the time because we'll have like 12, 13 books to read in a month,
Yeah.
which is
I know that.
it's like crazy,
And I'm
crazy,
like,
crazy
it's
when
like Kindle, audio, actual physical book. Like you're trying to juggle
Everything.
all of
yeah,
it to make it all work somehow,
I
you know?
know. I used to
Um,
be someone who was like, I don't understand how people can read more than one book at a time. And now I'm like, oh, it's because obviously I'm doing at least one or two audiobooks and a
yeah.
physical book. And sometimes
yes,
I throw a nonfiction in there. So I'm like, okay, that's four. But before, like a couple years
crazy.
ago, it's like, oh, I don't get it. Now I'm like, oh, of
You
course, this makes sense.
understand,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you mentioned like, the response of the community, and I had shared the post of your book mail, and I had one Instagram friend who was just totally fanning out. Her name is Caitlin. Shout out
Yeah, I love her.
Caitlin.
She's coming to visit actually in a couple weeks in
You know
Nashville.
her?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah,
oh shit. Oh.
She is one of my beta readers. Yeah. Yeah, one
That's
of my beta readers.
amazing.
Yeah,
Oh, shout
she's
out
wonderful.
Caitlin. Oh, I love that. So did you guys meet over Instagram or you just
Yeah,
knew each
we
other already?
did. Actually over like our shared love of hockey. Like she genuinely loves the sport, so
Mhm.
we're always sending each other different like memes back and forth that are
How
related to hockey, but then
funny.
also book memes too. So yeah, she
Yeah.
just became like a quick friend, and I asked if she would beta read for me, and next she's someone I talk to like almost every day. So yeah, I
Wow.
love that community of like being able to connect with people because without writing and without books, like I wouldn't know her. So
Yeah, that's
Right.
amazing. I love
yeah,
that you guys are connected like that because she was fanning out. And I had no idea you
yeah, she's
guys
great.
became fast friends. That's
Hmm.
amazing. I love that.
That is so cool. And where is your biggest, where do you spend most of your time when it comes to marketing your book? Do you find that you're on Instagram or are you on TikTok or
Yeah.
are you doing it online or how are
I
you finding?
personally, I like Instagram more. So that's where I spend more of my time. TikTok is obviously huge. Book Talk is obviously very huge. So I
Hmm.
do um, post there, and but I feel like Instagram is just a closer knit community. Like if that's what it feels like to me, at least,
Hmm.
of people I've interacted with.
I
So
agree.
majority of time on there, but I also do not a ton, but I do some e-newsletters like once a week. Um, I think that connecting with other authors through Instagram has been really like not only other authors, but like you were talking about with Caitlin, like other readers too. Like
Hmm.
I actually, my assistant who comes to sh book shows with me and conferences with me, she lives in Nashville, but I met her because she arc read my book. And so like we wouldn't have been friends if it wasn't for Instagram, and she
Look at
lives like 40
that.
minutes away from me. So I always joke with my mom, I'm like, remember when you told me not to meet strangers online when I was little, and now that's all I do.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's great.
That's fantastic. But
Yeah.
it's such a beautiful community. It really is.
Mhm.
Priya and I have just loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Loved it,
It's
loved
and
it.
it does feel easier than TikTok.
I
You know, I
agree.
mean, it's old, we're older, so it does feel a little bit more alien to be on TikTok. Like, how do you maneuver this?
It's a
Hmm.
lot.
But but Bookstagram seems to be like the
Yeah.
jam. Like that's where you
Yeah.
really build community versus just
Yeah.
like
I think
posting a fun
TikTok
reel
too
or whatever.
is like the content, people really want like your face and want like you to use trending audio and to do that. I'm like, oh, I'm now a lot more comfortable, but like when I first started I was like, why people don't need to see my face, like it has nothing to do with my book. But I feel like that's like TikTok is a lot more like actual videos of you versus like other content, which I'm still kind of getting in the habit of making some of that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Where Instagram is so, I think, authentic, which is time consuming, at least
Mm,
in
mhm.
my experience. It's very time consuming because when you have all these authors and they have all their books, you want to be genuine and, really read their books and give them
support them.
your
Hmm.
support them, share the love. If they're commenting, you want to comment back. And
Mhm.
before you, like in my case, today, I have about 180 comments to answer to. And that's so
You're just
time
like,
consuming.
Mhm.
you can't
I
get to
want to
all of them.
answer because they all, right? So
Yeah.
that's a struggle for me because I feel like I'm being rude if I don't answer because they took the time to comment. So I
Hmm.
Yeah.
sit there and I comment to every single one something authentic to what they commented. So if they put a happy face, I'm happy because it's like a happy face back, I'm done, or a little heart and I'm done. But I find it time consuming, especially when we're reading
Yes.
and
Yeah.
we're writing and we have life, right? Work
Hmm.
Yeah.
and home and the kids and everything else. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot, but I'm
Yeah.
glad that you found that avenue. It's one that Priya and I really enjoy, and it's how we found you. So,
Yeah.
so it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Um, what advice would you have um, for publishing? Like
Oh,
if there's
that's a good
somebody out
question.
there,
Hmm.
they've written their book, they did everything, and the book is just sitting there, and now they're nervous,
And
and they are
you're an
where
indie
you were.
author or traditionally
I
published?
am. I'm an indie author.
Okay. So
First thing I
it,
would say is research. So I did a lot of research to try to understand like, do I want to be an independent author or do I want to try to traditionally publish? And I went the indie route because I like to do everything. I like the marketing side of it, the business side of it. I think a lot of people kind of shy away from that.
Mhm.
But I was really interested in also building a team of people that were just as passionate about like my books as I am. So being able to find an editor, a cover designer, beta readers that are just like genuine people that I can connect with versus having more of a team kind of selected for me if I went the traditional route. So one, I would say like definitely research, try to figure out based on what your goals are, what your interests are, like what makes the most sense.
Mhm.
There's a book by Joanna Penn. I can't remember what it's called. She has a lot of different publishing books, but there's one that kind of talks about the differences between trad and indie publishing, and I found that really helpful. I also talked, like I said, talked to a lot of people on what they recommend and what they're doing. Um, and I just learned a lot from them. Like when I first self-published one shot, like I barely knew anything. Definitely, make sure you find the channels that work for you from a book perspective. Like we love it and we hate it, but Amazon is the biggest bookseller out there. So that's
Yeah.
a really great way
Right.
to get visibility. But there's, so many indie bookstores too. And really just having conversations with the bookstores or with people who own bookstores is totally worth the time to make that connection. And for me, I one thing I do specifically for independent bookstores is have signed book plates. So even if they're ordering through, I work with Ingram, which I definitely recommend to anyone who's publishing. If you can write format the book, like you can have it on Ingram, and that's how bookstores usually buy. Um, but
So
if anybody,
Ingram is the platform to format the book.
no, it's not the platform to format. It's the format to like publish the book for booksellers to go and buy.
Oh, okay.
So anybody who is like a bookstore, I don't know the exact process, but they can have access to it, and that's generally how your I can't talk. Generally, that's the word. How they purchase their inventory is going through Ingram. It's called Ingram Spark. Um, and if you have your book on there, then you're able to have more visibility to bookstores. But one thing I do is if I talk to a bookstore and I, ask them like, hey, if you're going to order, let me know. I'll send you signed book plates because I want to also support indie as much as I can because I also am indie and have my own business. So that's definitely been a great way to connect with them.
And
You took
go
me
ahead.
back to, I'm sorry, to another author we interviewed whose books I absolutely loved. Judith, you remember
Yeah. Yeah,
Judith?
Judy.
Okay, so she spoke
Go
about
ahead.
this a lot. She said the same thing exactly verbatim to what you just said. She did a
Hmm.
lot of research, and that's the platform she chose
Yeah.
as opposed to Amazon because that one, Ingram,
Mhm.
allowed her to have bookstores carry her book on
Yes.
demand. So
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
have to remember who
you
had
can
mentioned
do
that.
both. The formatting is like what you have to do in terms of like the formatting for like cover and interior is a little different sometimes. So like definitely make sure you're checking your specs and that they're accurate. Like I always also purchase one before it goes
To
live to
make
make sure
sure.
like it looks okay because I don't want bookstores to be buying it if it, the
Yeah.
spine is off or something like that.
Right.
Amazon is a whole other story. They are not the best with printing. Like sometimes it looks wonky and you can't fix it because
Hmm.
I will order it, going off on a tangent, but I'll order it and it'll look fine. But then I had saw someone who ordered it and I'm like, that doesn't look okay and I don't like that. Like,
Oh,
to them,
man.
they don't care, but I'm like,
Yeah.
no, 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 it looks off. But
Right.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
and you can do both. There's the biggest thing is if you're on Kindle Unlimited, you can't have your ebook anywhere else. So but print wise, you can have it on Amazon and you can have it on Ingram and you can have it, other places too.
Okay.
But ebooks is where it's pretty specific.
Okay. So
Oh,
I
good
wanted
to
to
know.
ask you, so what actual program did you use to format your book?
I use a program called Atticus.
Okay.
There's another one I can't think of that's more specific to like Mac users. I have a PC, so I don't use that one. But
Okay.
Atticus, I think it's really helpful. Sometimes it can be a little slow, but you can honestly like I write in in Word documents, and then I upload it there. And it's pretty easy to go in and format, which is super nice. And it's like a one-time fee, and then you can use it for as long as you want to. So
Oh, that's
it's been,
amazing.
yeah,
Okay.
helpful.
Yeah. I always like to know what the authors are using
Yeah.
because I mean not only selfishly for ourselves but for our listeners and our watchers out there, who want to write their own. It's so daunting to
Mhm.
think about all
Right.
the things you have to do. So these questions that we're asking you, the marketing, the how do you publish it, where are you publishing it at, what programs to use, these are all things that we're all thinking about. All these writers are
Mhm.
thinking about, like,
Yeah, it's a
you know.
lot. It's a lot to think about. And that's one reason too, when I was thinking about like indie or traditional is, traditional, obviously, if you are able to go that route and query and get an agent and get picked up traditionally, like you don't have to worry about the marketing as much. You don't, they handle that. And
Yeah.
like, you can also pay people to do the formatting. Like there's a girl that's an author I know that loves formatting and she's like has pretty low cost. And it's like maybe I don't love it, but it's not like awful, but I don't love it. So I'm like maybe I would pay her to do it and that would be helpful to like save me, that time and if you have the funds to do that. So
Mhm.
everyone I've pretty much found on Instagram, which is great.
That's
So
wonderful.
I definitely
That's wonderful.
recommend. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's great. We appreciate it because you went from an idea that inspired you
Mhm.
from eighth grade and the hockey player
Mhm.
to living in Chicago and everything else, all the way to actually printing and publishing your book to the point where you're at now, where you're getting the feedback from all the readers, which is
Yeah, you have
amazing because
fans.
it's so
Like,
much more than
that's
you
a big deal.
expected.
Yeah,
So that's
it's
wonderful.
crazy. Thank you. Yeah, I
Congratulations on that.
I appreciate it. Thank you. The biggest like fan moment for me, I was at a Tennessee LitCon and these girls made shirts for authors to sign instead of they had like books and stuff to sign, but they had shirts and one of the girls, I was like, "Oh my gosh, someone signed your boob." And the other girl was like, "No one signed my boob, signed my boob." And I was like, I was like, "No one's ever asked me that before. I don't think anyone will ask me again. You're making me feel like a rock
That
star.
was,
This is so funny."
yeah,
Yeah, I
that
was
was
like, never.
memorable.
Yeah, it's like never in my life would I think that would happen. So I signed her shirt
Her
right there,
boob
and I was like, okay, can check that off the bucket list. I didn't know I had that on
that
there,
you
but
had.
yeah, it was
That's
a funny
fantastic.
moment.
I have one last question. I know we're
Yeah,
wrapping it up, but I have one last question. So there's the book one, there is
Hmm.
book two.
Yep.
Mhm.
Is there a book three?
There is,
There
yes.
is.
So the
Okay.
first three books are all about the same couple, which is not very common in sports romance,
Hmm.
but they just had so much story to tell.
Hmm.
I needed to keep writing them. There will be a book four in the series. I'm not sure beyond that what there'll be. I have other ideas for spin-off characters and other things like that, but there will be at least four. But the first three are all the same couple. The fourth one it's a different couple that I have not shared yet.
Oh, are they
Okay.
like background
Okay.
characters already? Or
Yes.
oh,
Oh, it's an egg
that's
right there.
interesting.
I love it. All right. And when can we expect the fourth one? No
Or the
pressure.
third one. The third one.
Okay,
Yeah.
the third
Sometime
one is out.
the third one definitely is sometime early next year.
Okay.
Um, I haven't really announced it. Yeah, I'm still working on it because I started writing it and then I just got this random idea for a different book and was like, I need to write this in it. I kid you not, I wrote it in like maybe 8 weeks. And I just knew it was something I was so excited about. I had to write. So that will come out before the third book. So definitely sometime though in early 2026. But not, I don't have an exact date yet.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
that's around the corner.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
So
know. It's crazy.
it is crazy. The year's flown.
Yeah, and definitely keep us in mind when your books come out, when
Yes,
your
of
next books
course.
come
I
out.
would love
We'll
to.
have you
Yeah.
back on the podcast because this is
Yeah.
so much
Come visit
fun.
us again.
Yeah, thank you. I would love to.
I
Yeah,
love
I'm
that.
excited to share more about I haven't really shared a lot since I just released the second book, but I'm really excited about the non-hockey books. I didn't really sometimes you'll just get an idea and I was in the middle of writing Best Shot, which is the third book, and
Mhm.
I kind of was like, well, this is all I could think about. And it kind of just like
It
took
had to come
over
out.
and took a mind of yeah, it had a mind of its own and didn't really think it would go anywhere. And 80,000 words later, it's
Wow.
almost ready. Yeah.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Well, we can't wait to see it, to
Mhm.
read it, to learn more about it. So do keep us in mind and do come
Yeah,
back.
of
And
course.
if our listeners want to find you, where can they find you?
Yeah, definitely on Instagram. My handle is AC Wonderland Writes. I also have that same handle for TikTok. My website, which is www.acwonderlandwrites.com. And there is also a link at the very bottom of my website to sign up for e-newsletters if you're interested. I do a lot of like e-newsletter specific giveaways and share a lot of like ARC information on the e-newsletter. So if that's something you're interested in, I promise I won't spam your inbox. I maybe send like 2 a month max. I know we all get a lot of emails, but if that's something you're interested in, definitely recommend signing up for that.
I love that. I
Awesome.
love that. Excellent.
Well, thank you so much for being our guest today, AC. It was wonderful talking to you. Thank you for all the tips and advice. I hope whoever's listening is
Yes.
taking notes.
Yes. Yes.
Please,
Yes.
everyone, get her books, One Shot, Summer Shot, and Best Shot. Can we say the
Yes.
name? You mentioned it.
Yeah.
So the third book coming out next year, and hopefully fourth book very soon.
Yes.
Thank you again. Let's do one last cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers
Thank
to
you so
AC
much.
and your success.
Absolutely. Yay.
Salud. And thank you guys. Like,
Love
share,
it.
follow, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Bye, AC.